so far on
Then a bracket final now. We have a best of 5 between Nouns and Gen 5 on who moves into the top 2. And guaranteed grand final. What do we have here? Psyduck. We have an Espeon. We haven't seen a lot of Espeon today. Not at all, actually. Lapras again for Bruff, Gatlu on Gyarados, and Toonslim on Darkrai. Okay. Right side, Zacian, Umbreon, Raichu, Talon. And Emberswine.
I mean,
no, Metagross?
On Espeon. Espeon. I know
Tyranitar?
that Adessu loves all of those evolutions.
Tyranitar.
So to see
They so early announced struggling against Tyranitar, I guess.
Wait a minute! Tyranitar?
Okay.
Interesting. Not a
Tank
pick that I would
Tyranitar.
expect, although
I mean, sure, you're on the defender. I mean,
damage that it deals is going to be really good against the Lapras. Nouns
best of 5. Oh boy, winner final, by the way. That's the wrong icon there.
Already on broadcast today, but
it's winner final, not winner semis.
Winner side of grand finals.
Well, there is still a long road ahead. As you said, it is a best of 5, but we can see Toon on that Darkrai has taken that central area for their side, and we do have that.
They haven't fixed that. Yeah, they haven't updated it, but it's okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's.
We know what it is.
A little bit of time until that fletchling is fully powerful.
Le XP share Raichu.
Especially a non-XP share Darkrai.
Full tank Tyranitar. Rockyham is so best focus band. But like, Rockyham doesn't make sense, right? If he runs Resonant Guard, sure. I sign up for it. Why not?
But boy, this is a terrifying path to fight against. Lapras early on is very scary.
Just tank Tyranitar now.
They go in, they immediately have to
I like it, I like it.
Snow just saying, okay, well, we're not going to be able to be too aggressive there, even with a Pikachu in your path, which well, I mean, it's rolling right.
So he's going to play Stone... Wait, what's he going to play? Stone Edge Dark Pulse?
With what that path can kind of defend.
What's he going to play?
Well, I guess having that Alolan Raichu Pikachu, you don't actually have
Ancient Power against Darkrai, maybe?
Traditional Pikachu would have. Otherwise, we do have a rotation up in that top path. Indy is quite low, but able to eject button out there and save themselves as Gen 5 are able to soak up all of these birds. We still do not have a Gyarados on the field yet.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, the biggest thing is...
Big points for bot. I mean, bot lane is no chance for Gen 5, because they also send Raichu top lanes, obviously.
If you can get that Gyarados down to fight for the 8-minute XP that spawns, it is one of the best at it. You know, it's got a lot of AoE damage, it's got a little mobility to be able to jump through that center area. So that's going to be really, really happy for Nouns to get that early evolution. But nobody really preemptively moving towards this 8-minute EXP, as there's a lot of aggression, a lot of attempts to stack maybe on both sides.
Why does XP should become Pikachu?
Go up as it's about to
I mean, Raichu should be better, no?
3 members of Nouns now in that center area looking for that EXP.
Woodtaker wouldn't do much here either. Who are you wood tackling? I can just dive before take anything here.
Any extra stacks, but they can't stop them
It's
with
dot power.
Otherwise, Toon is going to inch ever so closer to
Bro.
2-0, putting them to sleep. Not able to knock them out just yet, but
yeah, I mean, if he does something with it, I take it back.
The KO, which means they get sent back to the Pokemon Center, followed up by that bird and dog.
That was a great, like, engage. That was a great foul play to take, like, half HP off of everybody there.
We're here to midnight? No, we're here until 2 a.m. Not midnight. This is going to go at least until 9 p.m., maybe even longer. The next series is going to go until, like, 11. Then winner-loser final might end at, like, midnight to 1 a.m. And then grand final starts. And with grand final as a bracket reset, we're here until 4 a.m. I don't know if a bracket reset exists, but I assume.
And they're doing a pretty good job of taking that, at least. Is Brav trying to get out? Such low HP, and actually will be able to escape.
Yeah, I guess.
Rough HD on his little Lapras.
Is potentially a top
it's back to reset in best of 5. That's always outside championships, yeah.
All of that damage has grabbed themselves a berry, so is back at half HP. But Gen 5, they've actually decided not to contest this Reggie steal. Instead, you can see on the minimap that.
But I don't remember the last. I don't know if last time winner and like losers finals were also best of 5.
Yep, we get a chance to
I don't remember there was a thing.
Very cool. This is going to be the Regieleki going in.
I don't remember that being a thing. So
I thought they were going to be a little bit
grand finals best of 5 reset was already a thing on like bigger tournaments.
They finally are. They just like shifted down. Maybe there was an XP to get there. Nice, beautiful eject button to get out of that Unite from the Gyarados, who did decide to stop defending, and that Regieleki did go in. So points going in.
I mean, like last year, like last year's like European Championship and stuff.
But there's. I guess it was an opportunity maybe for somebody else to come
I think those were best of 3s last time, so...
Yeah, that's surprising considering
right, okay,
that Regieleki was there. But, I mean, we look at these points here. It's only Lunda that has full pockets at 30. So, not being able to take that opportunity, but they're going in for a dive. Once again, we do have that Flame Sweep missing its mark. Snow not able to pick a target. So, a resource has been utilized.
Yeah, but semifinals are best of 5s because there's no loser bracket anymore. But this tournament has a loser bracket.
Walls, Talonflame and Walls.
So.
Yeah, that's true. That is. Oh, well, that kind of does go together, right? Those kind of are a pair. But right now,
it's Stone Edge Centrum, okay.
Great little engage, and this is one of the first fights that we're going to see Utah at full power for. Right now, the Toonslam getting the majority of the KOs and getting KO'd in return. A lot of damage.
Do I see any saber plays in this tournament?
After that first
yeah, true. I don't know, actually.
They're have to back up. That's still a great KO for them. I mean,
honestly, I don't know.
Is level 11 except for Toonslam on that Darkrai, so they got a lot of rubber band EXP for that. And they've just got to hold on tight. I mean, we're only halfway.
There's one, yeah. There's Narami, right?
Decent, but not
he could
like
play
huge, not game-ending. And Gen 5, definitely a team that pops off a little bit later on compared to Nouns.
Yeah, well, we already have that Talonflame
Mike could always play it.
That 11 mark, along with a Tyranitar at level 10, so it does have this Unite move come this next
so tanky.
Is going to lay down the sand, just trying to stop Nouns in their tracks. But
there's Raichu, big.
And Umbreon also popping their Unite moves here, trying to look for a KO, but it looks like Bruv is going to use their Lapras Express to get themselves out of the way and back to safety. Dive back in with a huge surf to stun out Utah, but that Reg Ice still goes to the side of Gen 5.
But that's not worth it for Toon, he's dead.
Cool. Maybe could have hit
the only kid next Pisha Raichu.
Able to use that as an escape and then use it for
honestly, like, I don't see how Nouns can win this late game.
Regardless,
I don't see it.
I think that was really, really cool. Now Gen 5 pushing forward. Utah just standing on this goal
except having a huge point lead, maybe.
But you got to expect the true damage is definitely going through those. Unfortunately, Utah will fall before any major KOs happen.
It defends the goal, though, nicely. But yeah, late game is going to be rough. They just need a huge point lead and just don't Rain doesn't go down.
Certainly see the damage going through.
But Centum Trenta can always flip Ray. Just being on it, you can't kill it.
But it was just the amount of crowd control that Nouns had there. They didn't even give the Tyranitar
I don't underestimate Darkrai
to go and utilize their Unite,
but like, I mean,
provide them with that shielding. But
Love Unstoppable is on the right side.
That has spawns on up, so Nouns are looking to take this for free.
Darkrai can only do so much.
Gen 5 in sight currently.
Yeah, this is going to go over to the tier 2. I'm assuming they're going to have to defend against that. You certainly don't want that lead to grow any further. I always like to say the 200 points lead is a pretty much what you
every time I see Unite Pokemon now, I just think of Auto Chess and Auto Chess comms.
They saw an enemy, they're like, whoa,
it's bad.
Whoa. I don't like that. On the ground.
I just always think of Auto Chess.
I mean, I didn't literally get jump scared, but the damage is jump scary, right? Like you definitely see that red ring on the ground. You're like, whoa, never mind.
You don't want to go close to that red ring there because you don't know what's going to fall from the sky. But I mean, 2 minutes 54 seconds left to go. 208 to 79 points. So Nouns, they obviously have good control of the map with both of those tier 1 pads gone for Gen 5. But looking at the levels, Gen 5 have definitely caught on up.
Right, I think one good team fight could be everything. There's also a lot of AoE damage from everybody, literally every Pokemon on the side of Gen 5. So if there's an engage that where we see Nouns 2 groups up, this could go very badly, very quickly, and it looks like we could potentially get this fight to actually start, the final fight at the basement. Reggie, I don't know, so Zero getting picked off immediately.
Yeah, that is actually huge for Nouns because now they're able to go and shred up this Reggie.
Yeah, but right side has Dark. They have Umbreon and Tyranitar.
Sorry, we're missing Bruv.
That's pretty good.
They're going to secure a special attack and attack buff moving into this final stretch.
Yeah, Bruv maybe just getting some vision, and nobody's going to be there, I think, to stop this score. Bruv didn't keep going up, so they're going to see this. We might see a rip on Ray at this point. Now knowing that there's nobody there, no, they're actually going to completely not. They knew they were ahead by a lot, but they are going to find an engagement.
Utah's low.
We're going to see at least Gyarados coming in, popping that Unite, chasing around the backside.
That's why we're not having eject button. We can have eject button after Raichu.
Everybody just splitting up. The only KO so far happening onto the Espeon on the side
Raichu's level 12. He doesn't even do anything.
Very, very close.
It is very close, but we still have some Unite moves on hand, especially that Tyranitar. But they get
this is not looking good for Nouns, though. I mean,
so not able to make it on in, and you can just see the waves trying to keep him at bay. But now that they're all
Utah jumping in, Gyarados stunned, Gyarados locked down, Tyranitar Unite, and there's ripping Ray now. If there's an Unite.
This is really going to a flip. Will it be the fly? No,
not
going to be able to land. And it's going to be Gen 5. It was the fly.
And
in the end, I thought that was wrong, but great timing on that.
Can they get shields?
Utah now running with a huge
shield. It's not over yet, right?
However, we are going to see at least a Hundo Burger up, or sorry, down on bottom.
Wait,
looks like
Hundo couldn't score.
Was broken as well. Now
can Lapras live?
Score in return. Wait, are all the shields broken?
Dashing got one in.
I think
so. They have a 20-point lead.
They didn't end up breaking this 2-1 pad. It's still left on 21 points. And now Utah Cal is caught up 2v1. There's no other allies in sight to go and help them, but
I think Nouns can't go score though.
Isn't exactly. Wait, they actually have the lead here. Wait,
Zacian did have the shield and scored up in that tier 2. Right as we went over to this, it looked like they were hiding.
I think Nouns might think they're winning, but
I mean it's close. But now it does look like
Lapras is maybe Unite, but they can doesn't have Unite yet though.
There's still a chance if anybody can get over there, but the problem is they need to defend as well, and nobody's even close. They may not even realize that they're behind. Nouns is not booking it towards the other side. I mean, they're starting to now.
I mean, they can't do anything
had the
about
opportunity. They didn't send anybody over there, and it doesn't look like anybody can score in time. 3 seconds left. Maybe Psyduck, maybe Ender. Can anything go in? It looks like no.
I am actually so
and
surprised
Gen 5 takes the first game.
That match ended up going, but first match for Gen 5 taking that game win, as we saw on the big screen. In the end there, 308 to 367 points. The fact that they were on the back foot
GG for the first game
of that match. Flame,
another Lapras. Yeah, it's going to be XP Dark, right? They pick it away from Toon.
Deal with the dive.
You can play XP Dark, right?
We get to see Bravo
it has been played in tournaments before. Was Utah going to last pick right here? Maybe the Situation?
Unless there's going to be a switch up here.
But it's against Talonflame. I don't think Talon is going to do it.
I was going to say, are we going to see some Wiggly? No way Utah plays Wiggly.
Sure.
No, they're going to play
just
Leafeon.
4 melees running you down, I guess.
I do like the Leafeon.
I mean, Darkrai is like a semi-right hybrid. Okay, interesting. Let's see.
But I mean, these teams have played against each other so much.
So much. I don't know how many more times I can say so here.
Yeah, because Bruff using a Soul Burst every game.
Gatlu taking that central area this time.
Yeah, but it's not even useful in this match, is it?
Only take the red buff, as you can see on the mini map. As
it doesn't make any sense in this match, does it?
Put a bit of pressure on London. Okay, we have that experience shared decision. Why we have experience shared?
Does he have a Soul Burst on in this game?
Really unusual
I didn't quite see
at this point, because it is something we have seen pop up.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense this game, does it?
I'm a huge fan of it. I was talking about that earlier. Oh my god.
Should just run Focus Spin Resonant Guard, no?
But normally I'm a huge fan of it. You get so much utility out of it. I mean, right?
I don't think you need to have less damage against. I mean, I guess it helps against Darkrai in lane, but I mean, it's XP share Darkrai. Like,
it usually wins those fights pretty easily.
I don't think it matters, but
so good while allowing
whatever.
to get that experience. And with that amount of damage,
can't say I agree with it though.
Gen 5's team, I feel like
doesn't make any sense. But of course, it helps lane a bit. But I mean, lane is over so fast. Like lane's already over. Doesn't matter. And Darkrai has to use its like damage for last hitting anyways.
Like everything's bringing a little bit of damage in this match here, including the side.
I think that's Grief here, so
it ended up getting that nerf quite a while back. I feel like it's still really
first KO, nice, comes in. This time we will.
As impactful is going to be a Beldum, as Utah does get taken down by now.
What do you think about item choice? Maybe not.
I mean, it's a very potentially aggressive path. We saw this before, the Lapras plus the Espeon.
When you play the same items all day, you don't really think about it maybe sometimes, right?
Kind of peak efficiency early on in the game, so you don't have to wait for it to be scary, while other things like, for example,
what is Toon playing?
Beldum, not super powerful quite yet, and we're seeing that now with Nouns' 61-point lead. They've got a KO lead. Everything's going in their favor. Looks like they might have got a pretty good amount of that center EXP as well. And just for extra EXP, the Leafeon, can they get one more? It looks like they will. This is looking like Nouns is very happy about the start of this game.
No.
Yeah, and the fact that they have 4 members up here able to dunk.
It's funny how you can't tell if it's Superpower Leech Life, because this both has the same like initial animation, right? So you can't even tell.
Is running that Brave
if he misses it.
And I guess considering
it's Leech Life. Okay, there you go.
Comp, the fact that they need to stick together, this Brave Bird could actually pay off dividends if they're able to hit multiple members.
That should be insane against Darkrai as well.
Is that Leech Life, by the way, which was buffed, so cool to see. We're going to see not quite the usual of what we tend to see, well, I guess the past several years. But another little interesting there, Ender had points to score and didn't score.
Are you missing KOs, guys?
I'm not exactly 100% sure why that was the case.
Mayday.
They are going to be able to get not a huge overdub.
They lost the overcap there, but Psyduck might make the next goal. He's going to make the next goal. Okay, that's fine.
I just want to take this tier 1 before Regieleki, who now is probably going in for free.
Gen 5
this
bot,
is a really interesting play from Nouns to go and prioritize this Regieleki, where Gen 5 are able to take this Regi steal for free. But it's just a matter of whether they're going to be able to defend that Regieleki, considering they don't have those jump pads available just yet.
Yeah, they really didn't. I mean, So it's interesting. Nouns, they like prioritize, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes. You just can't see it. Regilecki. But by that I mean they sent one person there when Gen 5 sent none. And the
Two
rest
plays
of the team
Buzzwole,
was just,
Gato
like,
plays
kind of
Talon. Yeah, they
off
changed
doing
around right
their
now for
own
some
thing.
reason.
Nobody
I don't know
tried
why
to
it's like
go down to
this.
the base from Reggie.
Maybe they forgot to
Steal it.
swap?
There was an invade, so
Did
it
they
does
forget to
seem like
swap
maybe
their
there was some
Pokemon around?
experience gain on the side of Nouns, and they are ahead by a lot.
Yeah, the quality just got worse for some reason.
Which now
I don't know
they're
why.
using to push down this basement.
Maybe they forgot to
tier
swap
1.
around.
Well, looks like they maybe aren't
I think the quality just got worse. I don't know why.
beautiful.
Yeah, this is actually looking points currently to 0.
They
on
switched
Gen
words a
5
lot.
side. We already have
Yeah,
a
but
level 11 Talon
I know.
Flame on the map, where the highest level so far.
But earlier they played Buzzwole on Gatlu and Toon Talon, so.
The benefit is that tier 1 pad has been depleted, so they
Well,
have
I mean,
those
whatever
combat
makes them happy, I guess.
to try and get online.
Not sure what they
it's
based it
wild
on.
to be at 191 points when there's still a tier 1 goal zone left. Like, that is pretty impressive, and it does seem like they're probably going to get it at some point soon. But at the moment, they don't really
Maybe
need
Toon was
the
like,
extra
Gatlu, you
space.
suck.
I get a feeling probably before
Literally
the
on
next space
Buzzwole.
Reggie,
I'm
they'll
gonna
end
play
up
it now.
taking or trying to take it, just so that they can continue to deny that
I don't know.
EXP,
Who knows?
like you were talking about. But at the
Who
moment,
knows?
everybody just
I
kind
don't
of
know.
sitting in the center
Gotta ask them about it.
path. Not really a path, but the center area, waiting for anybody else to make a wrong move. And we are going to see now this basement Reggie starting to spawn.
Well, to me, it doesn't
No
make sense right
big
now. But
movement from Nouns. A lot of
they
people
can
at
both play
Nouns
both
are standing
Pokemon,
still.
right?
Look
It's
at
not
that. We've
like-
got the bird just sitting in the center area.
But I don't
Some
like they keep
Buzzwole
switching
sitting
top
up
and
top.
jungle
Everybody's
around.
just kind of chill.
That's like their rules. I don't like
there's
it.
some imitation happening here. They're trying to be sitting ducks.
That's exactly what he said,
But really,
probably.
it's funny how it was only the actual duck, the one that was
Going
only
in right
moving
here.
around. So, I mean, that's all backwards.
Brave
But you know
Bird,
what? Moving
eject
on, we
button
have
to Megu.
Reggie Rock here.
Edigos does heal enough.
able to chuck out 2 of those
Oh,
members up
but he's
against the
still
wall.
alive. What?
Leafeon has been taken down. This is Zero
And
trying
Leafeon
to
just
make a
bit-
run
wow.
for it, but it ends up being a Desu to finish the job.
That was a nice little
was
combo with
insane.
the Psychic Slayer and the Flame Sweep. It locked people in
Lando
place.
going
The
in,
Flame
going
Sweep
for
actually
a
hit somebody,
Lapras.
which is always going to be rare.
He's losing
at
to
this
it.
point. Right now, Lunder,
Oh,
wow,
close.
just to win that 1v1 does
Close,
get taken
close.
down in return, though, and that's going to be a huge amount of members of Gen 5 going down. No attempts to take the base at Reggie from Nouns. Very interesting. They just regrouped. They're going to try
But then
and
we get the
steal
objective,
it.
unless
They basically
Psybeam
just
can
hand
snipe
over
it.
for free. No,
Oh.
Leafeon will be able to get that secure. No good steal from
Dashing was
the
too late,
Espeon
but they got it.
Desu. So it's interesting to see that they just backed up quite so far. Utah
That's
now
what Utah's
trying
on.
to
There
get
you go,
some points up
Metagross.
top is that Regilecki is there.
54
and,
Talon,
But
Gatlu,
look at this. This is
huge.
going to be
Leech
a
Life,
juicy
nice.
overdunk in that bottom path. Now putting Nouns at 241 to 45 points. As Gen 5 were able to get in some points up in that top path, but we can see 3 members of Nouns are going to rotate up, looking to ambush this Metagross who's left all alone.
Well, here,
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
he
see
waited
from
too,
the
okay.
1.1.1
He should be
point
dead.
willing to probably get KO'd for that last 1 point. That Utah was certainly down on stacks a lot, which makes sense because this is the first point scored in that game. But that was 3 stacks now, 3 scores, and it was like 44 and then 1 and then 1 or something like that, or 46, 1-1, I don't know, something like along those lines. So that's going to be nice, at least for going later on, even if they did get KO'd. That's going to be a nice way to help them get into the fights. However, the Regilecki,
14 Talon.
while it was alone
Oh,
up
Bruff
there
missed
for
the
a long
wave,
time,
but
Utah
Darkrai is
not
in a bad
taken by
position. He
Gen
has
5,
Toon, though.
and now it's pushing down
Can
to
Toon get
60.
Leech Life out? He
Oh,
can.
this
Does he
is
have
a risky
Unite?
maneuver
No, he does have
from
Unite,
Nouns,
but he has
considering that
Smackdown.
those
And
jump
Darkrai just
pads
dies.
available, but Darkrai ends up getting taken down, so now
In
they're
the
not going to
Shadowrun.
get sent to sleep. Instead, they're
Oh,
just going to
Smackdown
go
missed
full
though.
force, looking to
Pool is
utilize
down.
their Unite moves, but
Wait, the Metagross full block Talon Flame.
off that flame sweep.
But they get
even
it in.
then, after all of that, all members of Gen
40 and
5
50
were
now.
wiped out along with the goal.
That
Great
was,
put
that
out,
was
nice.
a great play, and it's funny, like you said, it is a
Can you
more
get Espeon?
signature combination, I guess. Lunder is still trying to 1v1 a Desu, but
Oh, okay, I mean, it's worth it for him.
trade? All right,
That is
everybody
worth it
go
for
to
him. He gets so much
sleep.
XP from that.
It's nighttime now. But yeah.
No. We still have a long day ahead of us. I'm not taking
Very
that
worth
just
it.
yet.
Oh, I'm taking a nap right now.
No, we have 25 seconds left to go until the Rayquaza.
True. Okay, I'll take a 20-second nap, 19-second nap. Let's go.
You're going to miss it. You're going to blink and you're going to miss it. But you know what?
That already happened to me today.
347 points. to
15 got to know.
48. Obviously, it is a best
15.
of 5 this set. So, but Gen
That's
5,
crazy.
I mean, what better way? I mean, 2 points on the board if they can somehow make a comeback. But, well, we have 4 level 13s over on their side.
Oh yeah, it's certainly doable. I mean, there's a level 15 on the side of Nouns, but aside from that, they're like not doing badly. It's just they have to deal with Gatlu, otherwise they're not going to stand a chance. And this Metagross could be a good option for it. Metagross though being chased down right now. Toonslim going in super deep to try and get that KO. Flame Sweep not going to catch anybody this time, and that's going to be a big win for Gen 5. Just getting rid of that 2 members of Nouns down now.
Megu 1 HP in a dream, able to make it on out. Gatlu is going to chase him down as Inda is looking to just disturb
Inda's gonna
Wonder.
side
Now they're getting chased down by 4 members. Bruv hiding in the tall grass ends up getting exposed by Indy, and they may
Tano's still
potentially
alive
be the
though.
next target. But
He hits this
I mean,
very
2 members
first,
of
like...
Nouns down. Gen 5 are now going
He
to
hits
go in for the
Leafeon,
rip.
but he used the wrong ace.
Gatlu's still available here. I mean,
He didn't go
Bruv could get the
Leafeon.
steal, but Gatlu's definitely the one they have to be careful
Bop,
for. It's not
Indigo's
fine,
gets it.
and it's gonna be Aldegot's getting
But they can
the
get the shields, they can get the
secure.
shields, they can get the
They're still
shields.
down by over 200 points.
Which is first
A few
game again, or
members
what?
of Nouns are down, but we are going to see Darkrai not able to get that shield. They were still KO'd for the side of Gen 5. We got to see how
Just
many
the first
points they
game
can actually
again.
get
Repeat
in.
it.
Inder not going to be able to break this shield for sure. Hundo Burger number 1 going in. We need more than
They've
2,
scored twice.
right? So the next Hundo Burger will still leave them behind.
Indigo has a
Still got
shield.
tons of shields, and it does
Zacian
look
has
like
a
that's
shield.
going to be possibly
Very small, though, very
the last one to
small.
see all the way around. That's such a small shield. There's no way. That's
Oh,
so
he gets a
scary.
bigger
Can you
one.
get it in?
Oh my
and they
God,
do.
the Unite.
Still not quite
Shield
with the lead.
gave
They've
him
got
it.
tons of shields. I don't know how Nouns is going to stop this.
You have got to give
No, it's
credit to
Indigo's though.
Megu there to utilize
Megu,
their moves.
man.
That
That
way
was
they
crazy.
can go and increase their shield. That way they can pull
They can't
off
score
that
bot lane,
jump.
though.
But as
Actually,
you
they
said,
can.
347 to
They're
340.
gonna just
We
pick
do
up
have
Blue.
Leafeon who has 50, gets in the
No, he was
dunk,
going to score.
now
And
it's
Gen 5
347
takes
to
the second game. I think the same as the first one, I feel like.
done it again.
They have,
Wow.
from a huge deficit, Gen 5 will win 2 games straight.
Oh, no, they
What
just-
a
the
comeback.
team went so bad
A
somehow.
Beautiful turnaround
GG.
all from that fight.
That Nouns have
Gyarados still just
as of
playing...
yet,
Gyarados playing Gyarados, yeah.
definitely
Looks
an
like it.
interesting pickup here, so I'm
Pick for
wondering
Toonslim right here,
what
needs some
Utah
damage.
is
Maybe a
saving for that
Glaceon.
last spot.
But no, it's so bad into
Curious as to why
Decidueye.
we're seeing the Zera Aura. I would
Okay.
say that of all the
They're
targets
actually
to Zera
Trevenant,
Aura
Blissey,
on the other
Gyarados
side,
plus
there's,
foot.
none.
Okay.
I just said that in a weird way, but
Oh!
okay, all right, we're gonna see
Bro, what are these-
another starter
Greninja,
here.
Zeraora,
and
Decidueye
I do have to say,
on the right
Gen
side.
5's team is so slow
what
to
is
start,
that?
right? They've got 3 Pokemon that default.
Oh my
The
god, what
Pokemon
are these
Zeraora are gonna be
comms,
strong early,
man?
but,
What are these comms?
we are going to have a tough early game
Not
for Gen
one of
5.
the
When we
holy
get to the
trinity
late
grief
game,
of solo queues in the same
I
team.
think they got to be from Gen 5, but they only
Okay,
need
let's
one
see.
more
What is it gonna
to make
be?
it into grand finals here in a game.
Is it a
number 3.
Decidueye
Nouns has quite
Brokey
the
bot
path back
path?
to make it themselves.
Or is one of them
3
top
games
lane?
straight is what they're going to need.
It's
Yeah, there's definitely a lot on the line going into this
It's a
match, but one
Brokey
thing I
roller
can
bot
see on the
path. It's
minimap
literally
is you
solo queue
have
ranks.
Toon going into a central area as that Buzzwole. Indy is chasing down Suzuro. Looks like they're just playing
You can't be
supporter tag
serious,
here.
right?
Yeah, no, they're not going to get a KO, but
I
you
mean,
can't
Water
just
Shrinking
see
Greninja is
the
pretty good
enemy and
here.
not do anything
But,
about
like-
them, right? You're like, we'll just hang out. We'll pretend that we're fighting while everybody else is doing stuff.
The Rowlet
This is gonna
Brokey bot
be
path.
a pretty tough,
In a winner
path, I think,
semifinal,
for
a winner
the,
final.
or like to see like any
That
draw
is
semifinal.
crazy to see.
2 KOs up top.
Look
We're
at
going to see
this.
2 KOs going down
It's
bottom.
literally solo
That
queue.
KO actually came from the Froakie. That's actually pretty
It's
good.
literally
They
solo
want that
queue. Buzzwole
experience
coming
on
bot.
that Pokemon.
But the fact that
Maybe
we've had
punish
Belgium
this.
down in that bottom path the past couple of matches for Gen 5, but sending
I
a
rolled the
Rowlet
stats.
and a Froakie into that bottom path, I mean, if
That
there
is
is a
hilarious.
definition for squishy, that right there, Froakie and a Rowlet together.
Yeah, so I actually didn't look at this, but it seems like it's pretty obvious. It's the EXP shared Decidueye can, right? Yes. Okay. So we didn't even. Yeah, I didn't even look at that. There's so many things to think about this.
Solo
draft.
queue was right. Yeah, our
but
team
that
is right in
that
solo
is
queue
like
than
the
you
most
guys.
solo queue path I've ever seen casting UCS. I think that is pretty much guaranteed.
That's bad.
I feel like I
mean,
would be
come
really
on, like-
angry seeing that on bottom path. Although probably they'd both have EXP share because that's just how it goes in solo queue. But hey, they're making it work really well. The fact that that's the path that got the first KO, hilarious.
Well, considering they were struggling to get points in that previous match, they do at least have 6 points at this mark. But we do have Gatlu that has evolved into a Gyarados, already at half HP.
Yes, the
For the moment,
Gyarados.
it's just a little bit of poke
Gyarados.
here and there. Even though we don't even have a Decidueye
Like, in this game,
online
we'll
just
play
yet.
Bounce, though, no? Bounce eject bait. What does he have for a
Eventually,
bit?
A little bit slower than usual.
But like, now we
are
just
gonna see
tunnel
it
vision
looks
on like waterfall a bit
think
too much.
actually, was some of that stolen away by Hoopa?
I feel like
think
Bounce
stun
eject
happened
button
right
would
at
go
the same
hard in
time,
this
so
game.
It looks like it maybe could have. Doesn't matter. It was only a Hoopa there.
But yeah, it looks like he has
looking
waterfall.
like they're still relatively in control of this match. It's just
I don't know.
As things go on longer,
I think bounce is better. Would be the right choice here. But again, I mean,
the
kidnap.
That was so clean coming out from Snow to yoink back that Trevenant, take him on out, and now they're able to go and secure all of this wild Pokemon down in that bottom path. But different story.
Is that a lunch?
For Nouns as they're able to get in some points of
Like,
their
we
own.
don't have super. Bro, what a. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I know I'm not a competitive player, and like,
oh my goodness,
I'm just making content for this game, but
and look at this aggression from Nouns.
There's so many builds and move decisions and draft decisions I just like I disagree on so much.
Easily. But again, like I said, this is still the early game.
But then I don't know. I mean, I'm not the one competing, right?
First fully evolved Pokemon on the side of Gen 5, but nothing else yet. And it is going to be Gen 5 getting the basement Reggie, which is pretty huge considering the fact that they just need that little bit of EXP to get everybody up to their evolutions.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see Nouns give up that basement Reggie once again, prioritizing Reggie.
He also played last game
Looks
Buswell.
like no one from Gen 5 is there to defend it on the minimap, so it does end up crashing on through.
Also lunch against like
again, we're playing a game
this squishy like lineup?
Tall grass in the middle section.
Okay.
Cats sitting owls.
Isn't every Smackdown a KO?
Not sitting Gyarados is whatever Gyarados is.
Hiccups going in. Cameraman died. 07.
And try to get that KO. The Unite even coming out. That is very, very aggressive, especially when you have a Decidueye. Oh my goodness, that is going really far, Gatlu. That is going super far. But they're actually almost playing that like a defender, where they're spacing out the rest of the team while their own team is able to score a lot into that tier 1 goal zone. They weren't KO. They took barely any damage, and now we are going to see still a little bit low level because it is EXP share. Decidueye able to come back in to defend, but it's not going to get everything. Another one. Beautiful.
It doesn't work.
With that double yoink there on Gatlu. They weren't able to finalize the KO, but it is going to mean that Gatlu needs to go and reset back home. No objectives just yet, but we can see the minimap. There is a lot of yellow dots to go and secure.
40 for Busboy? No, wait, he stopped. He stopped scoring.
But not quite in time.
Who stopped scoring? He wants to farm instead. Okay, sure, I respect it. I respect it.
A lot of Spirit Jackals that are just barely a little bit too late or just out of range. So
I respect it.
If those land, I mean, everything looks super, super different. I mean, they are starting to get to that point. But
he
look
wants
at the
to
level
farm.
difference. There's 11, 10, 10.
He wants to farm.
Nouns, and the highest on the side of Gen 5 is 10. So they need to fight their way back into this. They need to play, I mean, either safe or find some sort of big pick. And maybe another pull from Snow could do it.
Is it XP share what happened?
Pretty high success rate for a pretty
I mean, you have to run to XP share. Who else are you going to run it on in this game?
Reggie Steele as we on bruv, but they are able to make it on out with half HP. But Gen 5, they're going to leech it towards their side, but Phantom Force is going to come on out, and Snow not only popping off these vaults,
the backline here though. Can we get some KOs? Yeah, one, but only one.
Snow is doing an amazing job right now.
Oh, Bliss Assistance onto Gatlu, but he's just dead, I think. Oh no, he waterfalls away.
To get out, the
he gets out. Wow. Who's on the backline? Gets super power in.
I'm surprised there weren't more KOs in that situation from both sides.
Did you just see that? London was able to escape through the Hooper portal, but we do have Tuna being able to punch them in the back. Send him back to the Pokemon Center, but now
the just stood still, took the Hooper portal and dodged Buswell Unite with it.
To break this pad is definitely going to be the question. It's on 26 and Gatlu able to get
getting back to Unite after only playing a few weeks after release. Really enjoying your content. Yeah, thank you, man.
It was 36 overdunk, so a really strong overdunk in the end.
He sadly didn't show us the best moment to come back to this game, but
now we're almost at a 200-point lead.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna get better. But I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.
The levels on the side of Gen 5 are, I mean, they're behind, but yeah. If they can find some big boost, I feel like they almost have an advantage. But if they can't find,
they're going to be in Anaheim. No, I will not be in Anaheim.
So much trouble dealing with the fact that there's a lot of self-sustain on the side of Nouns, especially with anything with a Bliss Assistance. You're just not taking that down if you're 2 or 3 levels behind.
I mean, I guess this is the thing with having 3 late scalers over on your side, only having those tier 1 pads deleted later on.
What if Nouns are invited to Anaheim?
Just not able to
gather
that experience earlier on. So they do have that option here, but it looks like Nouns are looking to give it over to them as they're going to rush on forward towards this tier 2.
That was a really late Unite coming out from Gatlu right there, with the 3-minute mark, but I mean, they're definitely going to have some time to farm. It's just you're going to have to really kind of pay attention to that. As
I would only go if I would cast, or if Timmy would give me a spot, or Pokemon, a spot where I can co-stream from the spot and watch the games on my stream.
But the problem is they just don't have
then I would go.
on their side. These Indeedis are maybe the last things.
It's either as a caster, which is not going to happen, Or I can have like a desk somewhere and watch it there from the menu, which is also not gonna happen. So.
But if they can get a win or a pick here,
also going to America at the moment might not be the best either, but yeah. Oh, Spirit Check is wonderful though. Perfectly timed.
But it actually ends up being Lunda on the experience share Decidueye.
Those are the only two scenarios.
That's huge. Like you said, the global EXP is going to be big. The buff's going to be big to help and
you say spooky currently, yeah.
Power difference coming from these extra levels.
Currently, it's kind of spooky.
XP right there,
with
looking
ice
towards getting level 14 by the time we get to this final
running around.
That's
not gonna lie, man.
After taking this, in the middle though, we are going to see some pre-positioning from both sides. The Decidueye is going to be important. Gatlu, was in a scary spot. Does not get caught out, and now Gatlu's going around looking for a flank. As we're going to have to see Gen 5 back up. This positioning now taken.
Nouns again has a point lead. Let's see how they lose this one.
To come into this pick,
for the third time, let's see.
To try and get another isolation. So it's just another
Can they do
game
3 in a row?
Dust. But look at this, Gatlu, almost caught on out, but it looks like they're able to make it back through that chokehold. Megu not looking to commit.
And don't know what's going on in North America, really?
This is a weird fight. Everybody's kind of
it's a mess.
up. I think this is the perfect spot where we see those big stretchy things. Oh, they're attempting to score. Yeah, the big stretchy camera. I don't know why I call it stretchy. But you can see everybody rotating around a lot. Bruv, look where Bruv is in the total.
I mean, if this Gen 5 comp wins, I
just
hate Europe. I just hate Europe if this wins.
Super grouped. If any
I don't want to be part of this region anymore. Deport me as well. I'm done.
Of this game for them. However, nobody's doing damage, and Gen 5 need to be the ones to make the first move.
Oh, Bruv missed Horn Leech, but Warhammer lands. Utausch is completely useless. Jumps away though, but where's Toon? Where's Toon? Oh, Bliss Assistance will comes in? Oh my god.
The Bliss Assistance from Indy to go and save them.
Oh,
jeez, that was so clutch.
Very low, but these shields are just infinite. You just cannot take it down. Now,
okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine, guys. It's fine. I think this one is safe.
I mean, this is actually kind of
this one is safe.
They've got a lot of damage from Megu.
Deport me where, bro? I don't know. Deport me to.
The fact that Inder is still up. A few members will be back up, but
just get me out of Europe.
Not only, I mean, they not only have
China. I'm going to China actually. Deport me to China. Honestly.
It's going to be very difficult.
I would go to China.
Yeah, this is really brave from Megu here to try and shred up this Rayquaza as Gatlu's trying to rush on forward. We do have the rings.
And there's 10 seconds left, but there's no chance. Even if they get it, they can't score enough points in time.
Inside, and it is going to go over to Gen 5. Wait, what?
Wait, 6 seconds left. Oh,
yeah,
it's in a bound form. It's in a bound form. He couldn't score. Oh, wait, they scored. Is that going in? That going 84 points up top? I actually have
that's not even close, right? We just panicking for no reason.
I don't think they made enough. I don't think Gen 5 made enough, but...
Bro, why are we like... I mean, they have to make it intense, but like, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Wait, what was that backcapping? I didn't get to see that backcapping at all. They can't back like 300 points.
I did see a little points going on in, but I mean, 608? That just came out of nowhere.
Why, we get a fourth game now. Let's go.
I think, yeah, I mean, I guess we just didn't see it, but really good stuff. Nouns close this time by damage.
Next draft. We have Suicune Umbreon, Raichu for left side. Rough again on Lapras, we have a Gyarados, Zacian, and Blissey, looking very similar. And now, we haven't seen a Blaziken all day. I mean, no, we have seen a Blaziken, but it has been a while. It has been a while. There's Blaziken locked in for Megu and Snow on the Talonflame. This time we have a defender though.
And for the first time,
but of course, defender support Umbreon.
That's some really nice secure, which we don't really have all that much of. Well,
or could also be Snarl. Last pick for Toon Slim. What's he gonna do right here? He's considering Greninja, no Delphox, moving maybe Glaceon. Oh, I mean, that's Talonflame though, just Darkrai again. Okay.
What's gonna happen?
Going for the Darkrai. Oh, very nice. There's the game.
Against Nouns. So if Nouns
you run choice specs if you play E-Boy, yeah. I mean, again, this game's slot power I think looks better, I would say.
They're gonna have to try and make some magic happen.
Well, they started with the magic, right? That was a great last game. It feels like they probably got some momentum off of that.
Oh, they lost against Lost Cardu. Oh, wow.
A really long time. More than most normal sets. So
Laos is gone.
We are gonna see. Oh, wow.
Honeymoon Phase didn't last the entire tournament, I guess.
It is. It's a Desu as well.
Oh, maybe have memberships. Wait, Andres. Prieto, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Wait, when was that? I'm so sorry for missing it. But my YouTube chat doesn't even work. It's like lagging.
I've been running it so much.
Yeah,
sorry, Andre, I completely missed it. I hope you stay here. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted members.
Big MVP Pokemon for today so far.
Wait, no, yeah. Wow. I hope you stay here, thank you. I didn't see it. My YouTube chat doesn't update sometimes for some reason.
ton of team damage.
Are you there? Thank you, man.
Early.
Appreciate
Everything
it.
about it's been doing really well.
Yeah, Nouns definitely have that early game
Thank you.
position, bar that Magic Carp, if it can come online or earlier on. But even then, you know, Magic Carp...
Just are you aware about what happens recently in Asia?
Getting those dunks, getting those KOs,
there's going to be another war currently, right? It's bad. Nothing else to say, it's bad. We still have to go to war in the current...
30 is a great time for that. Now it's just to be very
what's going to happen? But I heard stuff, yeah.
Really scary now. Like they're 100%.
There's tension between Pakistan and India, right? That could lead into something more bad.
Too much evolution,
I've heard.
A little bit.
Right? Is that it? What do you mean?
I feel like we're going to see some early aggression, and Gatlu certainly is getting some stacks in. It feels like that's what we've been seeing.
Yeah, awful. I mean, nothing else to say.
KOs, that's pretty much what's
just awful stuff.
Gauge is the early stacks.
Yeah, but there was no points that ended up getting put on in there. We do have Cezuro on the Umbreon that does get wiped on out, so this is going to provide a chance.
Nouns getting the golden right here, nice. Is this first time Nouns on the right side now?
Interrupt them, so now they have 33 points on the board.
Yeah, I'm a fool. Why did I this? I mean, I would have assumed there was stacks.
Nothing I can do about it, guys. I think
like almost 840.
Crazy opinion. War is bad.
Like with no stacks, that's pretty rare. I mean,
I know. Apparently nowadays it's probably a crazy opinion to have that war is bad.
I don't believe there were any KOs up top unless I missed them as well. We have been looking definitely at the bottom.
Controversial take right here.
Action has been, but regardless,
war is bad.
Gatlu got there quick, and that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and now they're just gonna go 2v1 against them.
Blaziken
is online here at level 7, so now the all-rounders are going to be left to their own devices up in the top half, as the rest of the members are gonna scatter around towards bottom.
Yeah, just chilling, just waiting to see some vision, as most of Gen 5 is now going to be rotating in. But wow, look at that. Bruv,
Wait, they've been Hooper? Hooper's very good.
Space out everybody on the side of Gen 5.
And let's forget about Fly's here, but they can't last it, right? Fly gets it,
It is
yeah.
going to be the Fly. We were talking about that. It's a great way to secure if the Blaziken's not there, which Blaziken was not there, but the secure, like I said, is going to be much stronger on the side of Gen 5.
Yeah, 100%. That is going to give him that global experience, which has...
But I don't have any, like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who started what between those two, so no idea what's happening. I just know that there's tension.
As they rotate towards this top path, Mega charging up a Hover, able to chunk out a lot of damage, but they weren't able to finalize a KO. Instead,
got a nice size up on the fly there.
Trying to finalize them. It ends up actually
stab elimination, yes.
Suicune to knock out that Zacian.
Yeah, that was a great angle to kind of engage from, so that you can get everybody in that.
I mean, I know they always had tension between, but it's like escalating again, right? That's what I'm. Yeah.
Being taken as well from the secure on the side of Gen 5.
Oh, got the wait. Does Unite? Wait, did he misclick? He barely charged it up. Maybe look for a quick one.
Also going to secure themselves a Toon Slam, which is a pretty good objective in my eyes. But yeah, I just got to say, Snow really running away with this, kind of showing why we were banning this Pokemon in 2 of the other games now so far.
Yeah, well, I was questioning, are they actually going to
ban it? Special? I don't know. Maybe he didn't fully charge it up.
To that moment to go and get him that
on accident.
40 points. So now they have managed to catch up at 99 to 107, still in favor of Nouns currently.
Right, although it does kind of feel like Nouns is losing momentum. They're starting to lose as far as levels go as well. This is very, very scary. And again, this is their last chance, at least to get into the winner's side of Grand Finals. Of course, they're still in the winner's side, so they're not gone even.
I mean, it can happen. Sometimes you just double press because you like stunned. You want to get it out, and then it doesn't come out, and then it comes out, and then you just double press it, and you didn't hold it down. I mean, it can happen on Gyarados, right? Like,
yeah, they already have 3
it's annoying. Like you spam it to get it out, and then it actually comes out, and then you're like, oh shit, I need to hold it down, and you don't hold it down, and then Insta comes out again.
Nouns are quite scattered for
can happen.
Nouns just have 34 points.
What Tuna's
stop them? They didn't stop them.
Playing with fire right here.
Wow, and then
he has ultimate. Is he gonna use it?
Getting melted. It is gonna be
Blaziken gets it though. Adesso doesn't get it.
On the side of Gen 5.
So 2 moves down, doesn't use Unite.
Going their way, and that's looking quite strong. However, Nouns is
Gen 5 with their team fight win.
They don't have that many members left that can actually do damage, but Gatlu
almost getting one. Was getting Raichu. He actually gets away.
Of Gen 5. So in the end, surprisingly, nobody really got KO'd. Everybody got really low, but the secure there was the big deal. And I think Gen 5, the fact they've secured, I believe, every objective, that's pretty good.
Feels like not
way to put it.
They're not really KOing each other this round.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just focusing on objectives, focusing on wild Pokemon. There's obviously a lot of yellow dots currently on the mini-map. We do have another Regieleki here. As you see Snow taking down these birds, we actually have some action happening in this central area.
Then Umbreon is he in the dark? No, he's out the realm right now.
Kind of a scary situation though. Very low, barely avoids.
He has Unite. He's gonna use on Talon.
He's gonna be
Can he win us? No, Talon has Unite. He can't win us.
Not able to win that 1v1. Yeah, just managed to try to get.
There's no way he can win it against this Oid.
That was just like a lot of weird visual.
Was that Snow in the Nightmare, the Darkrai Unite move, using their Flame Sweep? And that's why it didn't actually look like they hit anyone because they were in the Nightmare?
It was weird. It looked like they united, and then it looked like they were out of the unite, and then it looked like they flame sleeped in a weird way. So I don't actually know. It's definitely gonna.
He was in Darkrai's Unite, yes.
That might have just been like a visual bug or something like that.
Visual
but
bug?
the point is, we're on Regieleki now.
Oh, what?
And finally, secured. Yeah, that is weird.
Was that a basic attack from Gatlu to secure that Regieleki? Because they were so far away.
Yeah,
it was Dragon Breath.
Of all people to get that secure, I did not expect that was going to be that, but took it.
I mean, it was 1 HP
as well, and finally a big objective for Nouns. Where
no, not just going to push this in or what? What? How does one shot?
You're going to get a KO as well.
Utah's dancing around. Utah's dancing around. He's dancing around. Utah's dancing around.
Tough few Pokemon
He's dead.
Try to break through defending this tier 2 gold zone, and they're not going to be able to push that Regieleki all the way through. Although if we look down on bottom, we are going to see that the basement Reggie is getting soloed at the moment by just a single Zasher.
I think they weren't actually looking to overcommit to that fight. It was more just a matter of providing a death.
I think the caster pairing is weird. I think they should put Spraygits and Kilo together and Zoinks and Wonder Chef, honestly.
But 20 seconds left to go until the final stretch.
I don't know if they change out more often maybe as well, but
202. So really, this can still be anybody's match.
Yeah, it's, I mean, that buff's going to be really, really nice for Nouns, but they're actually up by levels now. I didn't realize that they were that much up by levels, as we're going to see Gatlu as the highest level in the game at level 14, sitting up in that top tall grass to try and catch somebody.
And Ace tomorrow, all of it.
Caught out just slightly,
not today.
But, I don't know if you want to fully engage on that.
Hey, can Nouns get a Ray now? I mean, the odds are high. They lost 3 rays in a row.
You don't want to get too close either, although this is a weird set of angles to potentially engage for Nouns. They've got the bottom left side, the bottom right side, southwest, southeast. I just don't know who starts this fight.
Utah is poking at that Rayquaza, as you can see. Toon and Gatlu on either side, along with those other members, just trying to put Gen 5 in the corner, and now they're going to go in for the dive.
Ruff just won the game, maybe. Unless, wait, Utah's 1 HP. Utah's 1 HP.
Doing a ton of damage.
What? He lived?
Everybody getting frozen.
And Toon is losing only 1 again.
However, there just isn't the damage to be able to
Utah can't
back
live.
that up, and we are going to see.
Holy, Lapras wave was massive though.
Stopped by Gatlu there. Going to get that KO for free. Nouns ahead by a ton of points. They're not even going to be going.
They're going to double score here.
They're just going for the pure back caps. And
I mean, this could still be a Ray now for Gen 5. I mean, but Blaziken's going to go for it. We have Gyarados Ash Unite though. Don't. Wait, Blissey's recalling?
There's the Unite from the Gyarados.
Yo, go to Ray, guys.
But it's only going to catch 2 members.
Okay, should be fine.
Gen 5, they got 48 seconds left. If they can burn
as long as Blaziken dies here, it should be over.
Strong secure, they can do it, but they're currently being cut off by now.
Oh my god, it's going to be another.
They're cut off. They have no resources.
There's Unite. I used it now. Okay, Utah's dead.
One by one.
Nice.
Utah ends up getting slashed on down.
They have no more damage left.
Rayquaza is at 3/4 HP, and well, Nouns.
Game 4 and still no Ray for Nouns.
To continue this, it's just a matter of defending with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh no, Rayquaza's starting
4
to
games
get low,
rayless,
and
but we head into game number 5.
There's not enough time. I mean, we are going to see Megu go.
That's crazy. I mean, they might. I mean, they might get this right now.
Alone, they're just not going to have enough. There is yet another back cap from Gatlu.
That's crazy, actually. But they were leading all 4 games so far. All 4 games they were leading.
That's going to be our first game.
This was won by Bruff hit a huge engage. I'm surprised that Raichu even lifted. Game number 5, final game now, decider. We have Blissey, Metagross, Raichu. Now we finally beat Blissey, Raichu. Now Sword Power is on the table. As we have announcement for Psyduck, Gyarados, Talon, Lapras. It looks like a last pick maybe on the Decidueye. They have Leafeon on the left side, of course, but
one thing that I have seen from E.
There's also be a Darkrai again, but they're against Blissey now. I wouldn't pick him to Blissey.
And I know that is just so
Yep, it's gonna be the Decidueye.
Surprise picks. This is gonna be
now Blissey has to think. Am I going for healing? Am I going for shields?
But it's more surprising that we just haven't.
Wait, there's a Wigglytuff.
I think.
But it's a
to counter Lapras and Psyduck, I guess, and Gyarados.
I feel like the memories that are flooding.
It's not bad as a counter pick.
From last season.
It does counter. Lapras Unite, it counters Gyarados Unite.
I'm really curious about this Wigglytuff, though.
Let's see.
One thing that combo with the Alone Raichu.
Okay, let's go. Final game. Winner goes grand final. Winner is guaranteed top 2.
Of this set. We're going
And of course, a winner bracket advantage in the grand final, so it's huge. More money, travel awards, and better odds to win the entire tournament.
I'm so excited to see
All in game 5.
Otherwise, we do have Neptune.
That's crazy.
On Nouns taking central area once again. Snow on the Leafeon has reached level 4, but up in this top side, we do have Indy on that Psyduck along with.
But they know where, Felix.
Obviously,
if you want to watch them, unless NA people are watching them, look on Twitch.
Flailing about and filling up that effort gauge.
So far, we have not seen a bad evolution time for Gyarados today. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, Gyarados is very easy to get to.
And it doesn't seem like teams
it's just so easy to get to Gyarados.
Against it. They're just like, it's going to happen. Let's just deal with
So
whatever
easy.
else we have. And right now, honestly,
but you're right, we here until 2 AM. I said 4 AM as my last time, but yeah.
Playing. It's not going to be the
I know.
time, I believe, as far as I know, although I constantly am wrong about that. So it shouldn't be nearly as slow as it was before. However, there's still a chance it gets shut down.
Guta's not a Wigglytuff. Well, there we go. He got one, okay.
I mean, questions are going to be answered really shortly on what moveset Utao has selected as they have evolved into that Wigglytuff. But we're going to quickly pivot up towards the top path as Megu is looking to just create a bit of distraction up here.
The Metagross Gyarados fight can last a really long time.
Get him,
right now,
get him, chase him.
I think doing a lot of the damage, but the self-sustain on both, it can be a pretty funny long fight. And we ended up kind of seeing that, but Snow now is going to have to back up.
He's like,
Waterfall so hard to escape from. Wow. Even something
Life voice comes, guys.
Leafeon was not able to fully escape from Gatlu with Waterfall. That's the reason why we're starting to see it a lot more now. It's such a great chase down tool.
Can I watch YouTube? They have disabled spectate. I'm not watching NA group stage games anyways. I'm not watching them.
In that tall grass, so he's going to pressure this bottom pad. But I think looking at that mini map, Nouns were able to secure majority of that experience in the central area. Oh, I'm disappointed. It's a Sing Wiggly.
I mean, of course it's Sing Wiggly.
Anyway,
Halo, come on.
A rollout would have been fun, but I do believe the concept is that
but he gets Toon. But he would have died to Leafeon anyways, I think.
Can't do damage, or you're going to sleep.
Oh, nice iframes. And Desu gets out.
You're just gonna have to deal with that. Also, though, I mean, as soon as you get dove on,
Desu gets out.
Let's say
what bit is Rachel playing? I assume Stored Power this game.
Everybody gets hit by
would make the most sense in this one. But what does Blissey have? No, Blissey has Soft Boiled Eggs, okay. Well, then I would maybe still go Electro Ball, honestly, but hey, it's Stored Power, yeah.
Rollout Wiggly fan as well. I don't know if people know, but I was.
Let's see how much he can do. I mean, it's gonna be rough. He has to like Talon to Decidueye. X. I mean, you have to play X into the Decidueye. You have to. You have to play it. You pick Wigglytuff for them, stop it now.
This time round, but Snow diving on in, being able
Let's run
to
into them. I mean, I guess,
just in time for this Regirock to spawn.
Sure.
So Gen 5 do have the numbers advantage.
Regirock
is going to get leashed on out as Adesu is poking away so much damage. Zero in the back line,
Leafeon still got it? That's crazy.
With an attempt of a Brave Bird from Toon,
that's crazy.
the Regirock ends up going to Gen 5.
Wow.
Oh, the snipe shots! I mean the Spirit Checker.
But that's going to put levels pretty significantly in the side of Gen 5.
What are the what are the odds that both have like a double S Spirit Checker and Snipe Shot?
Level ups on the side of Nouns, so they've got a level 9 as well.
That's crazy.
Looking pretty even. I mean, 55-7, not a huge score lead. This Regieleki, especially if it ends up going in, could even up the score.
Oh, Chris, I know, right?
Really
like what?
In Nouns' favor, but it doesn't seem like these teams care that much about it at the moment.
You haven't slept a lot?
I
haven't. I woke up at 5 and I couldn't sleep more. It was terrible. I literally couldn't sleep more.
Know that Gen 5 have a lot of resources over on their side. Adesu has ticked over.
That's what I'm thinking of. Because I said Snipe Shot next to it, I'm like, wow, Snipe Shot, Spirit Checker. That's pretty similar in wording.
Who has dove underwater, looking to dive, but they end up actually hitting that Leafeon. Bliss assistance onto Lunda to give him that sustaining. Now the chase is back onto them.
I think that Unite hit the camera of the little camera Magnemite right up there because the whole thing's turned around. But we are now in a pretty good spot for that Regieleki to not go in, but to at least build a lot of space. And I wonder if we're going to end up, well, it looks like we might end up trying to push this in. That's really aggressive. I thought maybe they would go for the bottom tier one instead as they're defending.
Oh, the Spirit Checker, nice.
A lot of damage coming out. Oh my goodness, pulling the Metagross back into their team. Megu is now in a very aggressive spot. spot if they so chose.
Chill, Toon, chill, chill, Toon, chill. Chill. Chill, Toon. Oh, no, don't chill, don't chill. Just go KOs. Get him. Get him, boy. Get him. Get him. Emma, don't chill.
Look at this. Adesu doing so much damage to everybody.
Nice. Okay.
That's going to be the end of Metagross. That's going to be a big advantage in that weird engagement from Nouns.
Yeah, a weird engagement from Nouns, weird engagement from Gen 5.
Guess now what else has a double S? Subscribing! Use your subscribe button for Twitch Prime on my channel. Support me for free. Skip advertisements.
Reggie Steele on the field as members are just
Great
waiting for everybody to try and collaborate.
Or subscribe on your own to support me anyways. Whatever you want.
Leashed on out, but Utah also ends up getting leashed by that psychic.
That makes you happy. If you have Prime available. Oh, nice, he checked button. Brave Bird. He gets the right shoe.
That's exactly why you're picking that.
Metagross has a ward, but the ward is nothing, right? It's just. Oh, Bliss is too late. Yep. I think he expected it a bit earlier, maybe the Bliss assist,
not
but.
Everybody from Gen 5 there to take that fight. I mean, they're going to be able to defend pretty well. They've got a really defensive line with this Registeel not being challenged. That's going to go to Nouns for free. As Nouns, they're starting to look like they're getting a real edge in this match.
I die?
Yeah, definitely.
Is advertising other streams? Okay, I see how it goes.
While we have seen them prioritize the top regularly, otherwise
my stream isn't dead enough, I guess, yet. Gotta make sure more people leave.
To pick up 3 members, but they do end up paying the price by getting knocked on out.
That's basically, I feel like, the big thing that we're going to have to watch for in the next 3.5 minutes is the entire strategy here is if Toon Slim dives in on
crazy
us,
how we have this view suddenly.
Sleep, and we're just KOing him as fast as humanly possible. And
I can't believe you have the view of the entire map with everything on, like, it's crazy.
Also, we just saw Rayquaza in the background, which is a sick thing to see on the big wide map. But
it looks so sick.
Yeah, in this last fight, if they can get a big sleep into a KO on the highest level, well, not the highest level member, but one of the most important members of Nouns, Gen 5 can take this. The points altogether are so low in this game.
Yes, 7 points to 151. Reggie Lecky is going to be escorted into this Tier 1 pad, so it's just a matter of maximizing the overdunk. So 127 to 208 as Nouns, they actually ended up dunking in that bottom path themselves. We see 40 points coming in from Indy.
Yeah, right as I said, it's a low-score game. We scored like 220 points, and that's how it goes. But it's still a close game as far as points go. It's an 81-point difference. That's 1 hundo burger is all you need to make that up. So Rayquaza is probably going to be the decider. At the very minimum, the fight for Rayquaza, as we're going to start seeing the pre-positioning. Only 5 seconds-ish on that basement Reggie once it spawns. Although I have the confidence that if they really tried, Nouns might be able to do it. They would need everybody there, and they would need to be uninterrupted. There's an attempt.
Yeah.
Is there an attempt, or are they just sitting there
Rain
waiting
number
to
5.
see if anybody? Yeah, they're just waiting to
3
see if
for Gen
anybody on the other
5.
side is going for it.
0 for Nouns so far.
Not enough. This feels
and 1
so
Ray unclaimed.
3 level 13s on the Nouns
Who's gonna
side,
get number
2
5?
level 13s on Gen 5 side, but only a 1 level difference.
And Nouns get a 1 Ray.
Difference. Nouns has the slightest lead, but this is going to be the fight to see who makes it into grand.
Well, Gato is a huge
There
flank.
is so much on the line for either side here. It's just a matter of who can get that first pickup, but you can see Gatlu hiding in the top grass along with Snow, potentially looking for an ambush.
Just gonna watch out for Leafeon.
Of who's going to dive in
Oh,
first.
they spotted him out? Leafeon spotted out?
Megu, but they're going to quickly
What,
Brave Bird over the wall back to safety.
Leafeon is all the way
Yeah,
top.
we're getting to see Sleep landing on Bruv a few times.
Bruv is very deep right here. There's Leafeon. Okay, we need to have this force.
Popping that Unite from the Blissey, huge.
Probably useful, I guess, now. Oh, the Spirit Check, he gets one. Lazarus caught.
Although Gatlu does end up falling.
Blissey's down. Blissey 1 HP. Gatlu gets him.
Down now by Lunder.
Get the threat. Nice.
At least pick up the KO on Blissey. That's huge. At the moment, though, Rayquaza is going to start to get burned down. Nouns has 3 members on top of it.
Why do I see Velita getting this? Oh no.
Go in. Can't sleep. Why did you sleep
No,
so
no,
early?
no,
That's
no,
such
no.
an
Why do
early
I
sleep.
see it? Why do I see it? Why do I see? No, no, no.
Pretty good
Breakbird.
stealing
No,
this Pokemon,
please,
but
no.
you've gotta find hit it so low, and it is gonna be Nouns taking the Rayquaza.
Nouns
gets a Ray, let's go!
The point advantage
With the Nouns' luck, I would have
just a matter of
definitely
getting
seen,
more
like,
points
really
on
getting
the
it.
board, making it difficult
100%.
for Gen 5 to try and make a comeback.
Like,
But
I
with
wouldn't be
2
surprised if Vivi
members
gets it.
of them down, this is definitely going to be a tough one. 40
Nice.
seconds left on the clock. I think, I mean, it's still early days to say that Nouns have got this one in the bag, but So
I
far,
think
so
I think Gen 5 can still
This
win.
is going to be very,
I think Gen 5
difficult
can
to
still win.
make the comeback. Another
They just need everyone,
score
the controllers
in.
to
Not
die,
October,
switches to
but
die,
it's gonna be
internet to
more than
die.
significant for the lead
Then
growing
find
to
some magic
over
coins somewhere from
400
like
points
some
with 20
rainbow
seconds left.
find on the
Nobody
rainbow some
from Gen
coins,
5
go to the
on
enemy
the
base or
side
score,
of Nouns.
extend the
They've
time of the
nobody
game by
on the
2
east side of
minutes,
the map. They're
and then
only
they can
trying
actually
to
win.
fight.
I mean, it's not over
Just
yet.
maybe get a little bit more damage in, as
not
this
over.
one I think is in the bag after going down 2 games straight.
But they have to extend the time now. I mean, the controllers haven't DC'd yet.
Game comeback to make it into the winner's side of Grand Finals for the European Regional
Nouns
Championship.
into the Grand Final.
And
Had to make it 5 games instead of 3, but you know what?
So big
Sure.
congratulations
Let's go.
for them. They have